Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be doing continuous integration and continuous deployment using GitHub Action, right? So in our last video we discussed how to deploy a Next.js app on Microsoft Azure Virtual Machine. So if you have not watched that video, go and watch it. I will add it to the description of this video. So the first thing I need to do is to create a virtual machine, which I have done. If you don't know how to create a virtual machine, I will add the link to my video on how to create virtual machine on the description of this video, so you can go and watch it to understand how to create a virtual machine in Microsoft Azure, right? So I've created a virtual machine and I have deployed a Next.js application on this virtual machine. So you can see this is my Next.js application. The next thing I would do is to go to my code, right? So this is my Next.js application code, right? So to create GitHub action, the first thing I need to do is to create a folder on the root directory, which I will call .github. So inside the .github, I'll create another folder called workflows. Inside it, I'll create a file called ci.yaml. So this is where I will write my GitHub action YAML. The first thing I need to add is the name of my workflow, which is this is the name of my workflow. Then I will say on push so this means that whenever I push to the main branch, it should automatically trigger the workflow, right? The next thing is jobs. So the jobs, under the jobs, I have deploy. Under deploy, I have Ubuntu. So this is the operating system I want the workflow to run on, right, which is Ubuntu latest. So the next thing I want to do is to add environmental variables, and to do that I will type env let's say hosts. Let me use capital. So my hosts is what is the IP address. So look at the IP address, the public IP address. So that is my host. Then user Azure. So this is username. Username I used to log in into the virtual machine is Azure user. Let me name here. So the next thing is the path. Right. Now the next thing is the steps, right? The steps. So for the steps, I have to check out the code. The next one is to set up SSH. Run. First of all, create a directory for my SSH key. Then I'll echo my SSH. I need to add my SSH here. Okay, let me just later I will need to add this SSH key to the GitHub secrets, which we'll do later in this video. So I have so so I have to change the permission of the SSH. So the next thing is to add my hosts. The next thing is to install dependencies. The next one is to build my application. So, so the next one is to log in into the instance and deploy my application. So now if you look at the name of my code, the folder name or the repo name is Azure Next.js. So that is what I use here because I will be cloning the repo. I'll pulling the repo, right? So that is why I use the name here. So I will cd into the folder and I will pull, and after that I'm just going to copy this. So this is the code. So the first thing is to push. So when you push, the workflow gets triggered, and after that you define the operating system you want your workflow to run on, which is Ubuntu. Then after that, you check out your code. Then after that, you set up your SSH. Then you add your Azure host to known hosts. Then after that, you now log into your instance and deploy, right? So that is how the workflow is. So the next thing I would need to do is to log into my instance. So to log into my instance or my virtual machine, so I will copy this. The next thing I need to do is to copy my SSH to GitHub secrets, and to do that, I'll go to my terminal and display the SSH. Sorry, not this. So the SSH is the key that I downloaded when I was creating the virtual machine. I think I have too many keys here. So this is the SSH. So I'll copy this. And I'll go to my GitHub. I'll go to settings here. On the project, that's on the repo. So you go to settings. Then look at secrets and variables here. Create a new secret. So we make sure there are no space after the key, because if there is any space, it will not work. So let me copy this. So it is now added, right? So the next one is so that's all. So let's push this to GitHub, and let's trigger the workflow. So it has pushed. Oh, sorry. Let me save it again. Let's try again. So it has pushed. So let's check our actions, GitHub action. So now, so this is the workflow. So it has started. So we can click on it to check out. So So I think it's having issues with the hosts, adding the hosts. So let me check what the issue is. Okay, this is key scan, not key gen. Let's check again. So you can see that it has logged into the instance and is building the application. So you can see next build, so it's building the application now. Saying namespace. Okay, namespace not found. I think the issue is here. Okay, so I think I made a mistake here. So this should be name Next.js. So this is how it should be. So let me save it. Let's So I didn't want to do cut and join. So I wanted you guys to see how I was debugging the application. while it's having issues. Right? So this is EOF. So it's saying that the line 6 EOF command not found. So the error is coming from this. There shouldn't be spaces at the end and at the beginning of the EOF. So let me do that. Let's check that out again. See that here. Now the application have deployed successfully, right? So it has deployed successfully. So if I go back, you can see the green check mark, which means that the application deployment is successful. So I'll go back here and refresh the page. So, but there is no change yet. There's no change here. So let me make a change. So let's go to source. Let's go to page. Let's come here. Say this is the version 2. So I'll save it. Git. Now push. If I go back, if I refresh, the workflow is triggered. So it's deploying. So it has deployed successfully. So if I go back, so you can see that it has deployed successfully. So let me go and refresh the page again. So you can see my new update here on the application. And that's how to add CI/CD in the deployment of your application. That's where we'll stop for this video. If you like what we do, kindly subscribe, like, and share our video so that you get updated when we upload new videos. Bye.